Hello, everyone. Thank you, Kelly, for asking me to get on. I'm just gonna kind of wait until I see some people getting on to make sure that you can hear me. So, hi, Terry. How's everybody doing? Is everybody working the sale? Hi, Cal. Thanks for having me on. Hi, Felicia. How's everybody doing with the sale? Everybody rocking out the clearance section tonight? If you don't know what I'm talking about, there's a crap load of stuff uploaded to the clearance section of your website today. So I hope it's active. If it's not active, you can activate it right now. Well, maybe wait till after this training because it's going to be really valuable. But just go to your account section of your workstation and update $500 party. Holy smokes, that's slamming. Way to go. Okay, I see everybody starting to get on. So I'm just going to go right into it, and I'm going to try really hard not to talk too long. But that's kind of hard for me because I'm really passionate about what I'm going to talk to you tonight. And I need you to know about an hour ago, I was just like running through what I had planned on saying. And then I was like, okay, I need to get real. I need to get real with these people. And so I totally redid everything that I have. I have my notes up here right above my phone. And because I didn't want to miss anything that I thought was super duper important to talk about. So we're going to talk about sponsoring. And I'm not going to get into the incentive and the join special this month because I know you guys already know about all of that. At least I hope you do. If you don't, comment below so we can make sure that you know what all of that great stuff is. But I'm going to talk to you tonight about sponsoring and how to get out of your own way. Okay? How to not be scared. So the first thing that I need you to know is it's never too late to start. Okay, so whether you've been in this business for 10 years, maybe you're a certified consultant, you've been around forever and you've never sponsored somebody, it's not too late to get started, okay? Or maybe you're brand new. Maybe you just joined today, and if you did, welcome. And we're just so excited to have you here, and we want to share with you everything great about sponsoring, okay? So it's never too late to get started. So that's the first thing I want you to know. It's never too late. And you don't have to know it all, okay? Believe it or not, you don't, okay? Because I will be celebrating my 9-year Scentiversary next month. Holy smokes, I can't believe it's been 9 years. But I'm celebrating 9 years next month, and guess what? I'm still learning. I'm still learning every day, okay? I'm still making mistakes, and I'm still learning from them every single day. So don't feel like you're too young in the business to get started, and don't feel like you're like too old in the business to get started, okay? It's never too late to start, and it's never too early to start, okay? So the first thing that you need to know is sponsoring happens when you are committed and you're consistent. Those are the two biggest things that I need you to know, that you need to be committed and you need to be consistent. And here's the thing, you need to be consistent with join, host, and buy, okay? Not just with selling. You need to be consistent with those three things across the board, okay? So I want to talk to you first about the what if factor, okay? Now just picture this with me for a second, okay? What if you were as eager to sign people up as you were selling? What if you picked a day of the week to work sponsoring like you would as if Scentsy launched something big? What if you treated sponsoring like you treat LTOs? What if you put an emphasis on sponsoring like you put an emphasis on sales? Okay, because so many times I scroll through Facebook and I see all of these posts, all of these beautiful pictures of this warmer and, you know, these flyers, and so few times is it revolving around joining. So I just want to put that thought in your head today. Like, what if you were as eager about sponsoring as you were selling? What would happen to your business? How would it grow? I'll tell you, it would grow by leaps and bounds. And I know what you're saying to me right now. I know what you're thinking, because I'm a mind reader. Did you know that? That's like my night job. But I know what you're thinking. You're thinking all of these excuses, okay? And I'm going to tell them, I have 6 of them. And I can guarantee you that just about every single person in this group that's listening right now has one of these excuses. So when I say you can do this, and when I talk about the what if factor, and when I say it's never too late to start, the first thing you thought of was an excuse. And it's going to be one of these 6 that we're going to talk about, okay? The first one is, I don't have time. I don't have time. I don't have time for my Scentsy business. I don't have time to recruit. I don't have time to sell, let alone recruit. Here's what I'm going to tell you. Find the time. Straight up, find the time, okay? So here's the deal. And I am just going to say this with all of the love in my heart, but I'm going to be pretty real, okay? If it's a priority, you're going to make it a priority, and you're going to find the time. If it's not a priority, you're going to have an excuse. And you're going to say, I don't have time. And you're going to put it on the back burner instead of putting it front and center, okay? So if it's a priority, if your business is a priority, and I'm guessing that it is, or you wouldn't be listening to this right now. You wouldn't be taking the time because you don't have the time, right? Okay, so if it's the time, you're gonna make it a priority, okay? And even if it's 2% of your day, which is 30 minutes. 30 minutes, okay? You will find the time. Okay, that's the first excuse. The second one, which I hear a lot, is I don't know people. I don't know people. I don't know. The first thing that I do when somebody says that to me is I go look at your friends list on Facebook. And most of the time, you have like over 1,000 friends. So cut the crap. You do know people, okay? Now, you might not talk to those people on a regular basis, but you do know them, okay? And if you don't feel like you know enough people, find them. Be committed to finding them. And be consistent about it. The 2 C's, committed, consistent, okay? You can find them. So I'm going to give you a little tip for realizing that you know more people than you think that you do, okay? So if you don't already have one, I want you to get a piece of paper and a pen, okay? And on that piece of paper, we're gonna do a little something. And I'm not going to give away too much of this because this is part of my training next Saturday at Columbus World Tour, if you're going to be there. I'm going to talk about this a little bit more, but I want you to separate your paper into 3 sections. This is called 10-10-10. Has anybody ever heard of that before? If you haven't, this is really valuable, and this will help you realize that you know more people than you think you do, okay? So 10-10-10. 10 places that you go during the week, okay? 10 people from those places. So 1 person from each place, okay? And then 10 things that you know about them. So 1 thing per person, okay? So I want you to think about all of the things that you do during the week, okay? So for me, I take my son to school. I take my son to karate class. I go to church. I might go to the library. I'm giving you just some ideas. Those are some things that I do during the week. I go to the store, go to Kroger, right? Okay. 10 people that I know at those places. So maybe at karate class, I know my son's karate teacher. Maybe at his school, I know his school teacher, or a parent of a child. Maybe at Kroger, it's the cashier. And then something that you know about them. So maybe my son's teacher, I know that she has 4 kids, okay? Just a little, so it just makes it concrete. So it makes you start thinking about the people that you know that you don't even think of, okay? The people in your life, the places that you go that you don't think about, okay? 10-10-10, okay? That's going to help you bust that excuse. Bust it out of here, guys. You do know people. And if you can't come up with 10 places that you go to every week, then get involved. Okay? Get involved in your community. Maybe do something at the library. Do something with city council. In some way, get involved in your community so that you can fill out all 10 of those categories. But most people can come up with 10 places that they go to every week, even if it's the gas station. For reals, the gas station. Okay? So you're going to do that. Parties, events, and referrals. Guys, this is how you find people. So stop with the excuses. You can do it. It's just a habit, okay? So find people, okay? That's the best way to meet people in this business. Okay, excuse number 3. I love this one because it kind of fits me. I'm not outgoing. I'm not. I remember Kelly Tenney said once that I was the most shy director in her group, which made me laugh because I don't necessarily look at myself that way. I feel like I am one of those people that if you know me and I am comfortable around you, then I feel like I'm super outgoing. But I'm a little bit more shy. Like I am, I'll admit it. Okay? So you're not outgoing enough. So what? So what if you're not outgoing enough? Okay? You can still do this business. You can. You can still do it. And look at it as personal growth. Maybe this business is going to help you break out of that a little bit. Not that there's anything wrong with being a little bit shy and a little bit like inward. That's okay. But allow this business to let you have some personal growth. And you know what? 9 years, star director. I'm not outgoing. I make it work. Okay? So, bust the excuse right now. Excuse number 4. I don't have the money for my business. Okay, so, real talk. Ready? Stop buying activity. If you don't know what I mean by that, I mean every 4 months, if you are spending $200 to be active, you're doing it wrong. You are doing it so wrong. Stop buying activity every 4 months, okay? Why are you letting this stress you out? If you don't have money, pick up your daggone kit. Pick up your kit. That's what you got it for, right? You got it. You have this ability to take your kit and don't let it stress you out. Don't let it be a burden. Don't look at it as something as, oh, it's my 4th month. I've got to do this or I'm going to lose my business. Let it make you money. If you don't have money, let it bless you. Let it bless you, okay? The same with your recruits. We're talking about sponsoring. Present this opportunity and let it bless you, okay? Pick up your kit if you don't have money. Let it give you money, okay? Excuse number 5, I can't do what she does. Well, I'll just tell you right now, the great thing is you don't have to. You don't have to, yo, okay? You are an independent Scentsy consultant. You don't have to do what Susie does. You don't have to do what Kelly does. You don't have to do what anybody else is doing around you, okay? You just have to do you, okay? You are good enough. You are worth it. You can just be you. And your recruits, people are going to be drawn to you because you are you, okay? You are you. And the final excuse, I don't want to lose my customers. Guys, let me just say this. If you don't want to lose your customers, then don't recruit and don't grow. Straight up. You are never going to earn incentives. You are never going to help other people, help their families. You are never going to earn incentives. You are never going to see promotions if you don't want to lose your customers. So I'm here to tell you, it's okay to lose your customers. I'm giving you permission right now to lose your customers. Because here's the thing, if you're kicking the excuses, if you're committed and you're consistent, you're going to find more. I can tell you 9 years in, 9 years almost next month, right? I already told you that. 9 years in, I would say 95%, maybe more, of my customers, I didn't even know when I started. Guess why? Because I recruited them. I recruited like everybody that I knew, or I recruited their friends or their sisters, and so they don't buy off of me anymore. And that's great, okay? Because I found more people, because I was committed and consistent to doing so, okay? So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. You will find people, okay? Now, I talked a little bit earlier about making it a priority and not an excuse. So, we all have them. Like, we all have excuses. You know, I gave you 6 very, very, yes, Amanda. I try not to read the comments, but that one caught my eye. If you can't afford to lose your customers, you need to broaden your customer base. It's so true, okay? It's so, so, so true. And you know, we're talking about, is it if it's a priority, you're going to do it. You're not going to make the excuse. You know, one of the things that I do Scentsy. What drives me and what motivates me is two major things. The first one is my children. I have two kids, two young kids, 5 and 3. So that's two things. That's my motivation. My other one is my health. If you don't know me, I have a really serious health condition. It makes it really, really hard for me to have a regular 9-to-5 job. So Scentsy gives me this huge opportunity. And I really struggle some days, okay? I really, really struggle, you guys, because I'm trying to be a good mom, right? I'm trying to be a good wife. I'm trying to clean the house. I'm trying to work my business. I'm trying to do all the things that women do, okay? I'm trying to do all those things. And it's a priority for me to do that because I want my children, I hear sometimes, and this might strike a chord with some of you, and I'm okay with that. Sometimes the truth hurts. But so many times I hear, I can't do Scentsy because of my children, or I can't do this because of my children, or I can't go back to school because of my kids. I can't get a degree now because I have children. And I think to myself, I want my kids to see what I'm doing for them, okay? Not what I can't do because of them. I want them to see what I'm doing for them, okay? It's all in your perspective, okay? And so if you have one of these excuses and you're using it to stop you from recruiting, to stop you from doing more than 200 every 4 months, whatever it is, I want to challenge you to decide where it falls on your priorities. I want you to think, kind of change your perspective, okay? And I just really want you to bust your excuses, whether it's sales or whether it's recruiting, whatever you need to focus on. I need you to put it front and center, okay? Make it a priority. So I'm going to talk for a second about sponsoring in action. I'm going to give you a couple of examples of how people have busted these excuses, okay? Some examples of people on my team. So you might hear your name. If you don't, know that I still think you're awesome. I just couldn't pick all of you in this short amount of time. Okay, so let me tell you first about how I put 10, 10, 10 into action, okay? So I can choose to go to when I deposit Scentsy money, I can choose to take the little picture. I can choose to go to the ATM. Sometimes I have to if it's after hours. But if it's not after hours, I like to go inside because there's connection when you're not talking to an ATM. Okay, and so I was always going into my bank and I was depositing money. Now, at the time, the total for a 6-pack with tax, this was before they started, we started the shipping costs, but the total was $32.18, okay? So I was always going into the bank and I was always depositing checks for $32.18, okay? And one day, the girl at the bank, she goes, all right, I have to ask, why do you always deposit checks for $32.18? And I was like, oh, because I'm a Scentsy consultant. I said, that's a 6-pack. And she's like, a 6-pack? And I'm like, of wax, right? Like, it's a wax, a 6-pack of wax. And she was like, oh. And I go, I'm a Scentsy consultant. And she goes, oh, yeah, we love smelly stuff in here. And I was like, oh, that's awesome. And she's like, yeah. She's like, maybe you can bring us some. And I was like, yeah. I was like, I'd love to. How about I bring you some samples up tomorrow? And she's like, okay. Now, never said the P word, party. Never said the J word, join, okay? I just said, let me bring you some samples. 10, 10, 10, okay? Right there, okay? Do you see what I'm doing? Okay, so I go back the next day, and I have their samples, but I also have a basket party, okay? I still never said the word P, never said it. But I did say, I brought you these samples, but I also brought all of the scents because I don't have samples of every scent, but I thought you'd still want to smell them. So I went ahead and brought them all. And she was like, awesome. They were all excited. So all the girls at the branch are starting to gather around and smell these scents. And so I looked at her and I said, I was like, do you want to get some free stuff? And she's like, well, yeah. And so I told her, I said, I didn't say the P word. Okay. I just said, if you want to collect $200 in orders, I can get you some of the stuff on your wish list for free and half off. And she's like, oh, okay. So that's what she did. Not done. So I go back. She has over $500 in orders. So I say, let me tell you about Earn a Kit. And I just complimented her and I said, you know, you have such great customer service. You work at the bank, for crying out loud. Like, that's part of your job. Your job is great customer service. You would be awesome for this. Like, look what you already did. And she joins, earn a kit, joined, bam, done. Okay? Example number 1, success story. Okay, that was Mallory, by the way. Mallory Brands, shout out. Okay, let me tell you about Courtney. Courtney, I met at an event, a small table event that I spent maybe $30 to do. Not a lot because I'm cheap like that. And I met her at an event, okay? She came to my table. She's like, oh my gosh, I love this stuff. I don't have a consultant anymore. And we just had this conversation, and I said to her, oh, well, that's cool. You know, you should be your own consultant then. And she's like, really? And I said, yeah, you should be your own consultant then. If you don't have one anymore, why not be your own? You know, you'd always get what you want if you're your own consultant. And she's like, oh, you're right. So guess what? She joins. So you find people when you're committed, okay? Commitment, consistency. You find people when you're committed and you're consistent, okay? So find an event. I just signed a contract for an event in December. Holiday events, they're booking right now. Get out there, contact some schools, contact some churches, find your events, see who your friends, see what they know. Post it. Who knows of an event I can get involved in this year? Be consistent. So that's Courtney. Shout out Courtney. Okay, let me tell you about Michaela. Michaela, excuse busting. Hardcore. Okay. I'm going to tell you about Michaela. She joined last year. She had a really slow start. Okay, remember when I said earlier it's never too late to start? Remember? She started last year. She had a really rough start, not with Scentsy, but with personal life. Don't we all have it? Don't we all have it? Okay, so it got her down for a little bit. She wasn't doing anything. She was 0 PRVN right through every month, okay? And then January hit. And in January, she was set to term. And her and I had a talk, and I said, you know, you've kind of moved past some of this life stuff. Are you ready to relaunch? And she said, yes. She says, I'm ready to relaunch. Let's do this. Guys, it's never too late to start. Whatever you're dealing with in your life and on your journey, it's never too late to say, I want more. And there's a lot of people on here watching. So I'm assuming if you're watching, you're ready. You're ready. So let's do it. Okay? She said, I want to do it. She promoted to certified. Let me back up. Since January 31st, she is promoted to certified, promoted to lead, and she's recruited 4 people. Commitment, consistency. Okay? Commitment and consistency. That's all that it takes. Okay? Michaela, shout out. Okay, one more example. Delmar, my guy Delmar. Let me tell you about him. He joined yesterday. After 2 years that I've been trying to recruit Delmar because I know that he'd be great at it, okay? I knew he has such a following online. He's so loved. He's so involved in his community. I knew that this business was for him, and he loves Scentsy. And he never felt like it was his time, okay? He's told me no. I don't know how many times. He's told me, oh, I think I could do it, but I don't want to. Like, he would always, like, fall off the other side of the fence, okay? Like, he could not say yes. However, this is what I need you to hear. Just because somebody says no now does not mean they're going to say no in 6 months, okay? Just because they say no, he said no 2 years ago does not mean he didn't say yes yesterday, okay? So what I need you to know is you keep those people on your list. You don't give up, ever, okay? No does not necessarily mean no later, okay? So it's so funny. I messaged him and I said, hey, we have a join special, which I've done. I don't even know. How many times have we had a join special in the last 2 years? And I messaged him every single time, you guys, okay? And his answer has always been no. And every now and then I would throw out the, I haven't earned a kit. Are you interested? Okay? Because you know you can do that. If you don't know you can do that, comment so we can talk to you about it. But, and he would never, like, zero. Like, he wasn't interested. So yesterday, I was like, oh, I'm going to message Delmar again. So I sent him a message, and I said, hey, here's the join special for this month. And I told him, about the 300 and all that jazz. And he goes, all right, I'm ready. And I was like, what? Like, totally caught me off guard, you guys. Like, because I was expecting a no again. I was expecting a no. But here's the thing. I got the yes because I asked. Okay? You have to ask. He said no. How many times before? So what? So what? It's not his time. And here's the thing. It's okay for people to say no. You're going to get no's, but you're never going to get a yes without some no's. Okay? So, the other thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about is sales consistency will lead to sponsoring, okay? So if you are doing, first of all, you need to stop doing $200 every 4 months. You need to just stop that crap right now. You need to stop it. You can do more than that. You can. And if you're listening to this, I'm guessing you want to. So stop doing 200 every 4 months, okay? You need to be doing at least 200 every month, okay? So... And the reason is because when you're not consistent in your business, people aren't going to want to join with you, okay? Because they want consistency for their own lives, okay? People don't like to feel like they're like up in the air and they have somebody leading them that's not all in. So be all in so that they can join you, okay? Do more. If you're a leader, seriously, like I mean this with all of my heart. If you're a leader, stop doing $500 a month. For real. Stop it. Just stop it. Stop doing $500 a month, okay? Because you're selling yourself short. You for real are selling yourself short. Stop doing $500 a month. If you are a leader, you should be doing $800, $1,000, $2,000 a month, no excuses, because for the same reason. Like if you're guiding your teams to success and you're guiding them to wanting more and striving for more, your PRV needs to be higher. When your PRV is higher, it leads to sponsoring, okay? Because you're putting yourself in front of people. When you have high PRV, chances are you're doing parties, you're doing events, you're putting yourself in front of people, and they are going to be more apt to join you. Okay, so get your high PRV. Stop putting in $500 a month. Stop putting in 501, 502, and saying, oh, I did it. Like, no, it's like you need to be doing more if you want that consistency, if you want that sponsoring, if you want people to choose you and follow you, whether it's for joining, hosting, or buying, no matter what it's for. Guys, I have people all the time that come to me and say, oh, well, I usually buy off of so-and-so, but I don't think she's selling anymore. And I'm like, well, she is selling. Like, they don't even know you're selling, you guys, because you're doing 200 every 4 months. Like, they don't even know, okay? Or I just literally had somebody last month say, I was like, oh, thanks for your order, because they never bought off of me before. And she goes, oh, I usually buy off of so-and-so, but I couldn't find her website because her website's not active. Get your website active so people can find you, okay? You guys need to do these things. These are acts that you can do that lead to sponsoring, that lead to, you're like a magnet. Okay, do you want to draw people to you, or do you want to push people to be pushed away? Magnets work both ways, you guys, okay? They can be pulled to you or they can push you away. Be one that attracts, okay? Attract those people. Okay, now, here's something that you may not have ever heard of. If you're on my team, you probably have, because I preach this a lot. But you need to make a board of directors. Okay, if you don't have a board of directors for your business, then you're missing out on some potential, okay? So your board of directors, that's the 10 people in your life that will always say yes to you, okay? Those are the 10 people that you can always count on, okay? People like your best friends, your mom, your sister, maybe an aunt, maybe a grandma, maybe a granddaughter, I mean, everybody's ages are different, but they're the 10 people that are always going to support you. They got your back, man. They're in your corner, okay? That's your board of directors. I want you to use them, okay? Use them. Use them this month to help you book parties to meet people that might join your team. Use them to help with referrals. Allow them to be your board of directors. Reward them if you want, okay? Let them support you, okay? Make your board of directors 10 people. Let them speak life into your business. Okay, so I know I'm really rambling, but I'm going to end this with a March challenge. Okay, it's scary. It's really scary, but I want you to do it scared, okay? Because it's so worth it, you guys. It's so worth it. Just do it scared. Are you ready? I'm going to say it. One person every single day this month, you're going to ask to join your team. One person every single day. Okay, I've already told my Marco Polo masterminds to do this. Now I'm telling you. One person every single day, and here's why. Because I months ago, I asked somebody that's a big recruiter in the industry, and this person has been with many direct sales companies, and I asked her, I said, what made you such a powerful recruiter? And this is what she said. Are you ready? This is scary. This is really scary. Okay. She said, I asked 150 people a month to join my team. That's how I recruited 30 people or more a month. Because I literally asked everybody. And I'm like, how did you ask 150 people? And she's like, I asked everybody. She's like, I asked cashiers at the grocery store. I asked people that were standing next to me looking at clothes at Kohl's. She's like, you know, I asked the moms that I saw shopping at Macy's. She's like, I literally talked to everybody about what I did for a living. I talked to everybody. That's how I did it. And so I am going to say to you, what would happen to your business if you asked one person every day? You're going to get no's. I promise. You're going to get no's. But here's the thing. I think if you asked one person every single day this month, you're probably going to get a yes, at least one. Okay, but you have to do it. And when you create that habit, if you could just get started, if you guys could just get started, you can create this habit within your soul that is just going to explode. And you're going to cross from that, what did we talk about earlier? I have to look at my list again, where you're hesitant and you don't want to do it, and and you're making all these excuses, and you're going to cross from where the what if factor is going to come into play, okay? And you're going to find yourself, instead of saying, what if I was as eager about sponsoring as I was selling? Now you are, because you've created this habit where you're talking to people, and you're sharing your love for the business and the joint opportunity like you're selling the product. Okay? When you're with random people, like, here's the thing. You should always have some kind of information with you. You should always have a sample. You should always have a little thing that says, sign up for my newsletter, right? Because you don't want to just give them your information. You want to get theirs too. Okay? And you don't want to be the crazy, Scentsy lady that's like, hey, join my Scentsy team. You want to say, hey, what do you do for a living? Oh, you want to know what I do for a living? Oh, that's so cool. Let me tell you. I am a home decor and fragrance executive. Holy crap, what's that? Now they're interested, because they're like, that's really cool. And I mentor people on, starting their own business, and, doing, home decor and fragrance too. And they're like, really? That's so cool. And you're just like, yeah, it is. It's really fun. And you don't even have to say Scentsy, you guys. Find a way that you can talk to people without saying Scentsy. Seriously. And you'll be amazed at the people that are drawn to you, okay? But I want you to do one a day. I really, really do. Because I would bet money on it if you, and I'm not a gambler, okay? But if you ask one person every single day, you're a few days behind, so you got to make up a couple people, okay? But if you ask one person a day, every day this month, I guarantee you will have a recruit by the end of this month. Then teach them to do it, okay? It's not all about you. Teach your people to do it too. Grow together, okay? I told you about Michaela and how she's recruited 4 people, okay? 4 people since January 31st, okay? She's asking, you guys. That's how she's doing it. She's doing it. She's probably scared. She doesn't know what she's doing. She just really started. She just signed last year. Remember, I told you she had life, and now all of a sudden she's working her business. She's new. She's new, you guys. You don't have to know it all. You don't, grow together. It's more fun with a friend. Okay? One person every single day. Teach them to do it too. Okay? Offer the earner kits. Talk about $99 to join. Talk about host flipping, okay? You have got to do this, okay? Now, the other challenge that I have for you, this is the last one. I have 2. One a day. And this one's scary. You ready? All right. I want you to hold an opportunity night before March 15th. Now, you're probably saying, Jeanette, I have the whole month of March to recruit people. Why do I have to do it by March 15th? It's called front loading your month. And it's so important, okay? This is why. I see it all the time. People wait until the end of the month, okay? They wait until the end of the month and then they say, oh, let me tell you about the special this month. And somebody goes, oh, well, I wish I would have known that earlier because I don't have a paycheck till next week. Your fault. Straight up. Your fault. You should have told them. You should have front-loaded their month. You should have put the seed in their mind at the beginning of the month. Because then they had at least one payday that they could have got that kit. Okay? Or they would have had time to earn a kit. They would have had time to book a party with you. They would have had time to collect orders so that they could do this thing. And now you've run out of time. It sucks. It's not a good feeling. You don't want it to happen to you. Okay? So, hold your opportunity night before the 15th. I don't care if you're a team of one. I don't care if you just joined. I don't care if you're Delmar who just joined yesterday. Do your event now, before the 15th. That gives them 2 weeks. Okay? So if they want to book a party, if they want to do earn a kit, if they need to wait till their next payday, they have some time. Okay? Don't wait till the end. You will regret it. I promise you, you will regret it. Or you'll have people that come to you on April 1st and say, I just got paid. Can I join and get the deal? Nope. Nope. So, get to work. That's all I'm going to say. Jeanette out. If you're at World Tour, come see me. My topic is right on target in Columbus. And I'm the first 2 sessions. So we'll talk about 10-10-10 a little bit more and really just how to keep you on target. Okay? So if you have questions, comment below. And I want to hear your recruiting stories. So when you recruit somebody, comment below. If you hold an opportunity night, comment below. If you talk to somebody one a day about joining your team, comment below because we want to celebrate it with you. Bye, guys.